Jerry has had 9 lives, just like a cat.
He has been an attorney, a civil rights activist.
Jerry was also a 2-term mayor in Cincinnati.
Thank you for letting the son of refugees of Nazi Germany make it in America.
Jerry was definitely a maverick politician and a bit of a showman. One time he wrestled a bear at the convention center during a show.
We were trying to raise money for the 1980 Olympics. And every minute we could stay in the ring, we would raise several $1,000s. Second round, I tapped the bear on the nose. Boom!
Watch out, you got it!
I never saw it coming.
This is how Jerry saw his future then.
I grew up a bit. I mean, you know, everybody matures. That's a function of living. And I feel now that there's been acceptance, you know, fairly widespread acceptance of me as a person. Where do I go? I love what I'm doing. I mean, I love being in politics. And that's the only thing I'm sure of, that I want to stay in that. I mean, I don't chart out my life saying in 1980 I'll be here, in 1984. I mean, I learned that you don't do that. So all I can say is that I'm going to stay active in politics and now concentrate on hopefully being a very good mayor. There are people really in need. As soon as we can get the food, we're going to get it out to these people. The streets are in terrible condition. It's 50 degrees below wind chill factor, and it's all ice. So what I'm asking is that all private vehicles stay off the streets. We're going to have over 50,000 people, and they're going to enjoy a good concert. And you know, it's just so peaceful. It's the most money we've ever taken in one day in our history. So yeah, I think we will have more.
I'd like for you to meet the guy who's responsible for putting this concert on. It's the mayor of Cincinnati.
Hi, how do you do?
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Greenville.
Greenville, Ohio. Yeah, just up the road. You seen the Eagles before?
No, I haven't.
Well, enjoy the concert.
I
Have a
will.
good time. Well, I think it's very important to have entertainment in the downtown area. If our only investment is in office buildings, then as soon as 5 o'clock comes, everybody goes home and our downtown will be empty. So the idea is to give people reasons to come on downtown. Movies are one, but you know, you can also see movies out in the shopping centers. But I think if we have places like the Palace Theater, and hopefully we can bring live theater back to downtown, that'll give people reason to come into our city, and it'll be good for the lifestyle of the community as well as for the economy.
Springer was once a Cincinnati councilman, a city that elected then Gerald Springer mayor back in 1977.
Well, listen, Jerry, there's nothing to it, man. You just get out there. No, really, the show's called Rock Around the Block. It's local bands from Cincinnati every week. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. It's on CET, TV 48, and WEBN. You'll knock them dead. Do it, baby.
Live from Cincinnati, it's Rock Around the Block.
In other words, you know, where I went off course was in my private life. I don't have any regrets about my public life, and I still believe in the same things I did before. Nothing has happened to change that, and so I don't think I'd change that. I don't think I'd run a different kind of campaign. I think it'd still be the same, highly visible, argumentative. I'm sure it'd be irritating to a lot of people, as it was in the past, but certainly not softening a position. Not, you know, I'm not going to get a crew cut and start wearing a jacket and tie every place. You know, that, because that'd be false. No, I think if anything, it might even be easier. There's no pretense now. People know exactly. Well, they have a better idea of who I am, the bad as well as the good, and maybe that can be put in perspective. So I don't think there'd be a necessity to develop any new campaign technique. Just continue to do what I've always done. And
37-year-old Jerry Springer is running for governor. Trouble is, few people outside of Cincinnati have ever heard of him.
Hi, I'm Jerry Springer, and I want to be your governor. That's pretty nervy coming from someone you don't even know.
In a bold and unexpected move, Springer and his campaign organizers broke the traditional barriers and started running these TV spots in the Cleveland area to gain recognition before other candidates with well-known names could get their campaigns off the ground. The breaking tradition is hardly new to Jerry Springer. He does it 3 times a week with commentaries on Cincinnati's leading rock and roll radio station.
I'm Jerry Springer with an alternative plan for paying for mass transit. How about slot machines on all the buses? Think of the crowds our buses will attract.
Jerry Springer was born in England shortly after his parents escaped the Nazi concentration camps. They moved to the Bronx when he was 5. And after law school in Chicago, he ended up in the Queen City, a liberal Democrat in a bastion of conservatism. Springer prospered as a city councilman and was on the verge of becoming that city's youngest mayor when he broke tradition again. Like the time he got caught in the middle of an FBI probe of a prostitution ring.
I spent a night with a woman I shouldn't have. This was back in 1974, and I resigned at that time and told the people what I had done. And then I decided to run again in 1975. And I was re-elected, being the top vote getter. 77, re-elected again, became the mayor.
The voters can't seem to resist a guy who wrestles bears and enjoys the disco scene. And that ability to win people over has begun to make political observers take his campaign seriously. He already has a full-time staff of 11, including a campaign manager who ran Ted Kennedy's successful presidential primary bid in Pennsylvania. And the money is rolling in, more than $500,000 in contributions so far. His TV spots have more than paid for themselves in the Cleveland area. He already has substantial backing from several semi-prominent Clevelanders, and his weekly visits here are reaping benefits. But Springer still has a long way to go to win the Democratic nomination, with well-known names like Celeste, Brown, and Celebrezzi providing competition.
It isn't going to matter anymore who ran last time. People are going to want someone who really understands how to run, a very major business in the state of, which is the state of Ohio, and to make it work. And I think the record in Cincinnati has been very positive. We are one of the major American cities that's making it.
Primary is 1 year away. Jerry Springer says he'll be ready. Roger Morris, TV5 Eyewitness News.